So it seems like all the hype is currently TARO. Can you talk about shitcoins on Lightning briefly?
I don't know if I phrase it like that. I mean, people get free to what they want to do. But something that I was working on for a few months now, kind of like inspired by like, okay, what can we do with Taproot, right? So kind of like starts from these freedom realization. Okay, well, Taproot has like a script tree, so you can commit different paths. Okay, maybe there's like a multi-sig, there's like a time lock, something like that. So okay, well, what if we committed other data in that tree, right? So okay, well, now that we have that other data, like how do we actually structure it? It's kind of the thing where it's like this enables you to basically have like, you can hold assets within kind of like a single Taproot output, basically. So I have like my Bitcoin, but then I can potentially have like 1,000 different assets. Maybe I have like a holographic Beep Start card, baseball card, something else like that as well too. And the cool thing about it is like, it's like very kind of like Bitcoin-like, right? So like rather than kind of like try to create like entirely new VM or other things or whatever else, kind of like reuse the existing Bitcoin script VM itself. So you effectively kind of like have this like virtual transaction graph which is embedded in the Taproot script tree basically with a similar kind of like asset witness and output format. Uses some things as far as like Merkle sum trees, different ways to do like efficient proofs. But the idea is like once people just upgrade basically, and the cool thing about it is like it doesn't actually require any base layer level changes, right? So once it's rolled out, people can actually just upgrade and start using it, on their own. And the cool thing also is that like, because it's actually based on like the Taproot script tree, like if we have some like certain type of covenants, maybe like the Taproot update verify, that can actually constrain transitions basically, because if you can recompute the entire commitment basically, you can recompute the script tree, and you can basically say, okay, well, it must look like this, right? So I think it's really cool where it's like, even if Bitcoin doesn't actually know about it explicitly, covenants can still eventually kind of like, manipulate the thing that's going on there, right? And the Lightning part of it is that like, given that it's actually based on Taproot and also has like a scripting layer in the actual system itself, this is what we're kind of like you're playing or proposing doing is kind of like having the assets at the edges basically, right? So rather than like the network upgrade basically, you have a bunch of questions as far as like, routing, liquidity, blah, blah, things like that as well too. It's like only if the sender and receiver updated, you actually need to do this thing. This is really cool because now you actually retain all the network effects of Bitcoin in itself because now everything's actually crossing through Bitcoin the entire time, right? So maybe like a router is, okay, well, I don't know what's happening, but I'm getting a lot more activity, I'm getting a lot more routing fees, I'm getting a lot more revenue. So I think it's a really cool kind of like, feedback cycle as far as the network effect where like, more demand at the edges basically, means more capacity, which means more routing activity, which means more energy, which means more activity as well. So really excited about that.
So you can shitcoin, I can route your shitcoin, and we can still be friends.
Exactly. You can keep your hands clean if you want to, right? But it can be like other stuff. I can give you cool points. I can give you beef bucks. I can give you whatever. So I think that's the cool thing where it's fully opt-in basically. If you don't want to touch it, you don't have to touch it or whatever else. But indirectly, maybe it's going to like actually improve your routing node and actual routing revenue as well too. Because you can say, okay, now with this, maybe we can start to position it against like more directly like credit card or something like that, right? Because maybe people still want that fiat balance. Maybe they want kind of like other currencies, something like that. But now it's okay. Well, Bitcoin Lightning can be the massive crossing network for everything else. Kind of be the monetary backbone. You can do whatever you want to the edges, and the core of the protocol just stays Bitcoin fully, and that makes it a lot simpler as well too. You don't have to worry about other things, as far as like crossing different chains in the Tor network, time locks, forks, things like that. That's all a nightmare.
So it's the strike pitch, but not centralized.
Yeah. So in theory, someone could take this and build a strike-like thing as well. And I think that's a beautiful part about like protocols. And it's going to be like an open protocol as well too. And we published some BIP drafts. Some of them are more complete than others. Definitely working on filling some additional details. But the idea is anyone can basically start to use this thing and build the strike in Nigeria or wherever else they really want to. So it's kind of like really the cool thing about open protocols where people can just start to use it and improve it, and then it goes from there.